What up, Dokkanners? Welcome back to Tsunami for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In today's video, I'm going to answer two questions for you. Number one, what time is Videl dropping on Global? And number two, should you summon? So with that said, let's jump in and take a look. We'll start with the when. When is Videl dropping? She is going to be dropping on Global on the 8th, on the 9th. I read that wrong. I read that in the European style. On the 9th of August at 5 p.m. PDT. Man, what a fail to start this video. August 9th, 5 p.m. PDT. In other words, on the next refresh, on the next time that you can do your daily missions and get your daily logins, that is when Videl will be dropping on Global. What time does that mean for you? Well, I just gave you context. So if you know what time refresh takes place for you in your country or in your time zone, that will be the time that Videl drops. If you still don't know, well, I've got a multitude of different ways to show you how to figure out what time Videl is dropping. Spoiler alert, I'm being very, very sarcastic, but I'm also going to be informative. So, if you check the Dokkan Wiki, you can see the countdown clock right here for the campaign, as well as upcoming cards. So you just go to the new and upcoming cards section, click on upcoming, and as you can see, Videl is at the top. Videl will be dropping in 14 hours and 23 minutes as of me recording this video. What does that mean for you? It means the exact same thing. Whatever countdown it has for me, it also has for you. By the time you see this video, the countdown clock will be much lower, obviously. But just remember that everyone is waiting for the exact same time that you are. For example, I live in Los Angeles. My buddy Tiger lives in Canada, in Toronto. He's 3 hours ahead of me. He will not be getting Videl 3 hours faster. We will be getting Videl at the same exact time. His clock will simply have 3 extra hours on it compared to mine. That's all that means. So look at this number. This is the countdown that everyone will be experiencing at the same time. If that's still not clear enough for you, I got you covered, my friend. WorldTimeBuddy.com. I went to this website, typed in my time zone, 5 p.m. PDT on Monday, August 9th, and it gave me 3 results. In London, Tuesday, August 10th at 1 a.m. will be when Videl arrives. In New Zealand, Tuesday, August 10th at high noon, Videl will arrive. And in Japan, Tuesday, August 10th at 9 a.m., Videl will arrive. Still not clear enough? I gotcha. No worries. If you don't know how to figure all that out, just go to Google, type in what time is 5 p.m. PDT, and then type in whatever country you're from, whatever region you're from. Just type that in, you'll figure it out. If you live in India, it will be happening at 5:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning in India. If you live in Denmark, it will be dropping at 2 a.m. on Tuesday in Denmark. And if you live in Wakanda, well, you're out of luck because you don't exist. It's not funny at all. Sorry. Now let's take a look at the global data download news. Shout out to Air Dokkan and all the data miners out there. No Dokkan Festival tickets for Videl. So this confirms that there's not going to be any festival tickets, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to get any step-ups. So we might still get some step-ups, maybe like a 30, 40, 50, something like that. We may still get that because I'm sure that they know. I'm sure that they know that this banner, with the promise of what's coming up on the Worldwide Download Celebration, this ain't it. This is a good banner in terms of diverse units, but this just doesn't have the box office appeal that other banners would. Because obviously, as the headliner unit being Videl, this is a very niche banner for people who really care about Dragon Ball, who are maybe a little bit more dedicated to the game. This is not going to be for the casual, regular, everyday Dokkaner, because who wants to summon Videl over a Vegeta? Doesn't seem box office. So now we're going to jump into the section of whether or not you should summon on the banner. Number one, obviously, if you like the unit, summon. No questions asked. If you like Videl, if Videl's one of your favorite characters, go ahead and summon. This game is ultimately meant for your enjoyment. You shouldn't do what people tell you to do because they give you their thoughts and their advice. They're not telling you to do anything. They're giving you their opinions. So if you like the unit, everything else that I say at this point is meaningless. Because if you like Videl, that's most important. Go ahead and summon. Have fun with the game. That's what matters most. Now, I'm going to give you different ways of thinking when it comes to looking at this banner to hopefully help you decide what you want to do. Personally, as a content creator, I will be summoning for Videl because number one, I got to do videos on it. Number two, I want to have every single unit in the game. And number three, I actually like one of the categories that she leads, and I think I would genuinely be able to have fun using these units on those particular teams. So with that said, let's now dive in and take a look at the Videl. Videl is a Defender of Justice and a Pappy Gals category lead. Key +4, 170%. Raises attack permanently, raises defense for 1 turn, and causes immense damage to the enemy. Her Link super attack greatly raises attack for 1 turn, actually permanently, raises defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to the enemy, and greatly lowers defense. Can be activated when Gohan is on rotation, basically. Except for Buhan. Passive, attack and defense plus 158. High chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, before attacking. This is a nice touch. This means that before you actually get to go, you actually have a chance to defend yourself. A common issue in a lot of major events where you get hit frame 1 and you get murdered. So this is a nice ability to have. Plus an additional attack plus 58% when attacking. Attacks effective against all types within the same turn after evading an attack. So best case scenario, somebody attacks you first, you dodge it. Now you get an extra 58% on top of the attack and defense plus 58, and you raise your attack, and the attack's effective against everybody. That's pretty nice. Plus an additional attack plus 58% within the same turn after receiving an attack. So let's say best case scenario, you're fighting someone who attacks you twice on the first slot. 1 you dodge, 1 you get hit. That's even better. You just gain 58% times 2. Then launches an additional super attack as the first or second attacker in a turn, which means you would be greatly raising attack for 1 of your attacks, most likely, and then you would raise your attack again with your regular super attack. This, of course, isn't even factoring in your hidden potential. If you got a hidden potential, you could be launching 3 super attacks in 1 turn. Plus an additional attack, plus 58% and high chance of evading enemy's attack, including super attack, as the 3rd attacker in a turn. So a lot of potential for massive damage in 1 single turn, and that's pretty crazy coming from a unit who's meant to be stacking and getting stronger over time. So there's the appeal for you. This is what the unit is capable of. They're trying to make up for the fact that it's Videl by giving you some pretty crazy abilities. Active skill, attack plus 20%, defense minus 20% in battle. Can be activated when Gohan is on rotation, starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle. No Buhan. But categories are limited. Links are very obscure. You're not going to be coming across many teams where you've got a Goku or Vegeta rocking money, 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 or courage, or champion strength. So this is the downside to the unit, because as far as team building is concerned, not the best, because you just don't have as much synergizing abilities with this unit as opposed to a Vegeta or a Goku. So that's the trade-off, but of course the unit is still very good on her own. And then let's look at the Goten real quick. Goten, kind of a displaced unit in terms of his skill set, because he's a gifted warriors unit, so it's kind of funny he's dropping now, but it makes sense, right? Super Saiyan Goten Kid, this was the whole thing during the show. Gifted warriors, Ki plus 3, 120%, raise attack for 1 turn, causes supreme damage, attack and defense plus 150%, plus an additional attack plus 10% and defense plus 10% with each attack performed up to 50. Gifted warriors category allies, Ki plus 3, attack and defense plus 40%. That's a big boost. I like that a lot. And links, obviously, a lot better, a lot more promising here, and the categories are a lot more plentiful as well. So out of the two, as far as fitting in on a team, this unit is probably better as far as categories and links. But of course, solo stats obviously go to Videl. Videl is ridiculously powerful, so Videl is very, very good. But again, if you don't really find yourself using Defender of Justice or Peppy Gals, well then what's the point? Defender of Justice, here is the category. Videl is the only lead. You're seeing a lot of Universe 11s here because they're all about justice. You got some Gohans, you got some crossover units in here too, like the Super Saiyan 4 Vegito from the crossover. All of those fusions, that's pretty much it. So I mean, look, if you're going to be running a Universe 11 team, you might as well run Jiren. If you're going to be running someone with hybrid Saiyans, like all of your different Gohans, might as well just run this guy. This guy leads hybrid Saiyans. So there's a lot of reasons to not summon Videl, because as far as category-wise go, she's obsolete. Not obsolete, kind of redundant. I think that's the more appropriate term. But she does lead Peppy Gals as well, and Peppy Gals is actually really, it's about to explode. So right now on JP, Peppy Gals, it has a few units that are going to be getting EZAs. For example, the Mai, the Videl, I think Chi-Chi, I can't remember. Oh, it's physical. I think these 4 are going to be getting EZAs. The thing about Peppy Gals, they're built to fight on committee. So if they have a bunch of Peppy Gals together, all of their abilities get stronger. For example, Peppy Gals category allies gain extra critical hit chance with Mai. This Videl gets stronger with more Peppy Gals on the team. This Chi-Chi gives massive defense to all Peppy Gal allies. This one actually doesn't do anything, so she is probably the biggest beneficiary from this EZA. She's actually going to be doing a lot more now. But I'm trying to think of ones that gain a lot when you... Oh yeah, you know what? Bulla. Bulla's one of them. And I believe this Int Ribrienne. So here's the Ribrienne. She is the current lead, the de facto lead for Peppy Gals. honestly, she's good enough. You don't need more than this. Because while these stats may seem lower, they attack by committee, and they're so powerful in nerfing their opponents that you don't need extra numbers. So she is able to nerf the enemy's attack and defense by 30% with Peppy Gals on the team. And then the Bulla gains dodge the more Peppy Gals she has on the team. So everybody here just gets so powerful when they're clustered together. You don't have to have one leader that gives you massive numbers because they're more of a technical-based category than they are just brute force and numbers, which, you know, rightfully so. It speaks to their character. So Peppy Gals doesn't need Videl, but they could use Videl. So are you really missing out if you don't? Here's another way to think about it. With the worldwide download celebration just around the corner, we don't know what's going to be coming up yet. And I always preach this on my streams and whatnot. When you're in doubt when it comes to gacha games, don't do something. If you don't know if you want this unit or not, it's probably better to not summon, because what if you do decide to summon, you spend your hard-earned stones, and then you find out a couple days later what exactly is going to be coming on the worldwide download celebration. This is going to be the biggest celebration in Dokkan history because it is the latest one to converge your global and JP fan bases together for one monumental celebration. So if that unit ends up being something ridiculously overpowered and overly broken, like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta going Limit Breaker, whatever, you're going to be sitting here with your Videl, or maybe not even a Videl, wondering, why did I spend all my stones on this banner? So when you're in doubt, it's probably better to not summon so that you can save up in case something better comes around. But this time it's going to be happening soon. A lot of people make the case that, yeah, you can keep waiting for something bigger and better, but you're going to keep doing that forever. In this particular case, the worldwide download celebration is going to be happening within like a month or so. So it's actually something that is attainable right now. So for this particular case, I feel like that argument is valid. But of course, if you like the unit, if you like the category, and if you like what she does, you should summon. She's going to be a great stacking unit for long-form events. Legendary Goku event, and Infinite Dragon Ball History, even Super Battle Road, she's going to be great. So she has a lot of utility on these harder events. It's just that she's not as accessible of a unit. So I think, with all that said about the main unit, let's talk about the supporting cast. The categories that are covered on these supporting units are actually really nice. You got Space Traveling Warriors and Time Travelers. You got Saviors and Hybrid Saiyans. One of the best starting units you can honestly have. If you're a beginning Dokkan player, pulling this Gohan, you couldn't ask for somebody better. One of the best TORs in the entire game. Stacks defense and attack like crazy, can guard against all hits. Two really nice categories too, so this Gohan is a really, really nice consolation prize if you don't get the Videl. If you're a new player, honestly, if you get the Gohan, that's a winning play. I think it's better than Videl. You got the Trunks and you got the Zamasu. These two units cover Extreme and Super Class as their sub-leads, which is also nice for newer players because it gives more accessibility to bringing your random units together. I remember when I first started playing Dokkan, one of my first leaders was actually the AGL Super Saiyan Goku, the transforming Goku that leads Super Class. So I was able to pool all of my random super units together under one category because I had that Super Saiyan transforming Goku. So if you are able to pull a Trunks or a Zamasu, that will be a very nice and important unit to use moving forward as you build your Dokkan box as you get to know the game. So these units are also very nice for beginners and very accessible. This one is kind of weird. I don't really know where he fits, honestly. He's okay. He's a time traveler's lead. He raises defense, but it's a lot to get him going, and he's not very good. So out of all of them, I'd say Goku Black is probably the weakest one of all of them. But everybody else is very nice to run on teams, very accessible. I enjoy using all of them. And yeah, you guys might too. So those are my thoughts, my differing opinions. I personally am going to summon, like I said, but I wanted to give different perspectives on this to give you guys more ammunition to think about what you want to do to make a more informed decision. Like I said, worldwide download is coming up, so you never know what we're going to be getting. Keep that in mind, folks. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below and let me know in the comments, what is your decision? Are you going to summon? Are you going to skip? Are you going to summon on Videl after you find out what's coming up on the worldwide download, if the window is still there for the banner? Or are you just going to completely skip Videl altogether and just wait till she comes back in the future? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And also, let me know what time this banner is dropping for you in your time zone. Let's see if people are actually able to follow my sarcastic instructions at the start of the video. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future. And click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again, stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.